Okay, so we're going through a second session. I've taken a walk around at the structure to see it from different angles, and without a laptop, a calculator, a measure. And even though the pyramids weren't built like this, there was certainly very high esteemed mathematicians working for the pharaoh. What am I looking for? Well, everything for me is about eye and intuition, and the way intuition works is that it's an unconscious process basically. You are registering information on an unconscious level. So the slower you go, the more information is registered unconsciously. That may sound like a paradox, because you may at the same time be saying, well, actually I'm registering a lot of information consciously because I'm going slow. But actually going slow is the only real way forward. You have to sleep on things, you have to let things pass, take time, 6 months, a year sometimes, to come back to a project. And then the solution happens, and that's the miracle of life, maybe, is that it's never in a rush. The solution happens. Now, I've just had a look, and I've got that horizontal up there, literally horizontal by the eye. And that tells me that really I don't want to go up any higher on this near post. I don't need to pull it anymore. It may be that I will pull up the back posts a little higher using the pulley on the other side, and that will raise the horizontal up maybe a few more inches. But in terms of design, I don't think I really design consciously. I'm always working unconsciously, and when you do that, you are nurturing the intuitive process. And when we talk about the golden mean, for instance, and we talk about this infinite irrational number that shows proportion in nature, an unconscious proportion, if you can call it that, and then people have tried to emulate that on a conscious level, and then you ask yourself, well, if it's infinite and unconscious, then really there's no exact way to do anything other than to use that intuitive process where it tells you you've done it and you've got it right and it feels good. And when something feels good, there's a whole load of biochemistry going on inside you, which is unconscious. Dopamines, endorphins, other hormones and stuff like that are all working and telling you that you've made a good decision. And you can apply that theory, if you like, to everything you do. Just keep an open mind, remain unconscious to a lot of information passing in, but don't close it off through prejudice. Allow things to work on you, and you'll be surprised how many solutions you can come up with, especially economic, political and social. But this is physical I'm talking about here, and it's all principally the same. I'm actually designing something unconsciously. Now, I don't know what the end result is. I have a vision. I have some ideas I want to incorporate into the house. And especially when you're one person, your resource management has to change. If there were 2 or 3 people here, then their input would also count. But there's one person here, which means I have to gauge what I'm capable of doing as an individual. It may be better than having 2 people, maybe better than having 3 or 4 or 5. And in fact, there are critical numbers where too many people ruin the day. As you know, too many cooks get hungry. But I've got those 3 uprights there, the ones nearest to me, I think exactly where I want it. And I'm actually looking at a beautiful triangle. Now I'm going to rope it up there at some stage. Probably, I'll put this up right now. You can actually catch me doing that. I'm going to put this other upright, and I dug a hole for that. in the centre of the house. Right, I wouldn't say the centre of the house, but the midpoint anyway, near the entrance and near the porch area. And you'll see what I'm talking about. You saw that? I'm trying to slide it up there, but in fact, I hadn't left myself enough extension. So, I'll do it again and learn from the mistake. got another theory. I could use this rope. So long as it's tight enough. We'll try this way first. Don't take any unnecessary risks. I'm going to move this ladder into a more strategical position. Difficult. Okay, that's good. You see, now it shouldn't be that heavy at that end. If it falls, it hits here, slides down. I've got something to hang on to. Okay, I know the weight, so I can take a slight risk. Yeah. Okay. Now I've got to get closer to be able to push it up on there. Because otherwise I'm leaning too far that way. So there's a conscious process, basically reflecting on what the unconscious has already been saying to you. Now that's pretty secure up there. We're almost there. But look, building safety into your design. That rope is protecting me. I'm in. Let's see. Without compromising anything. Need some protection maybe. Yeah. Big hole! There will be 1 post, 2 posts, 3 posts. Move him into. I will let that settle. Give it time for all the posts to settle in. One final act. All the post holes are filled with charcoal, and I've got to ensure that gets it up even higher. I want to make sure those post holes are sitting in the charcoal and not the soil. And most of that will be hidden, certainly from the inside, certainly from the outside, because I'm hoping to put straw bale walls up. But from the inside it should look quite beautiful, and I can use the wood to build cabinets and shelving. Well, that's it, other than roping up the middle to make sure none of it moves.